everyone. This is episode 10 of Chats About Improv. And today we have our guest, Terje Brevik.
It's so nice that you are with us, and we are really looking forward to a little chat. But perhaps first you can introduce yourself.
I'd love to. Also, thank you for having me. I've been really looking forward to this. So, hey everyone, my name is Terje, or Ted, if that's easier to you, Brevik. I'm an improviser who is based in Oslo, Norway, which is good because I'm also from Norway, so that makes the language thing easier, I guess. I've been doing improv for about 10 years. Before that, I was a full-time IT professional. Now I'm a full-time improv professional, and I just do a lot of improv. I have my own improv school here in Oslo. I've been doing a lot of community building. I've started 2 improv festivals, and I do a lot of improv. So
we actually met in real life in Oslo with a short notice improv festival you organized, and you mentioned you organized the festival in 2 months.
Yes.
So the topic of today is how to organize an improv festival in 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a very unique topic.
It is. So why organizing an improv festival in the first place?
Short story, I was invited to the Improv Fest offline in Bielefeld in last October, and it was such a beautiful event because it was one of those, after COVID, it was like, I guess, the first time sort of reconnecting with fun, reconnecting with people, reconnecting with play, all those beautiful things that we sort of forgot, at least me, sort of forgotten about. And then I came back to Oslo. I was like, oh, that was such a good feeling. And then Oslo was still kind of like, not much going on. And so that was, and then February came. I was like, we should do something here as well. And then Easter was coming up. I was like, fuck it, let's do a festival this Easter. Because it's been, like, everyone can agree on this. Like, it's been a shitty 2.5 years, and it's been such a hard time to find back to that place we sort of lost, all those things we lost during COVID, and also opening up classes again. People are kind of on the fence, a bit hesitant to do things again, to sign up for classes, to play, because either we have developed new habits, and we are creatures of habit, or we've sort of forgotten how to interact with other people, or I guess the third one in this one is like, we've forgotten how to have fun together, doing improv, doing festivals, meeting across languages, borders, whatnot.
So when you say, some people have forgotten how to do things in real life, so during the festival, was it like difficult to get back to in real life and, be in a festival with a proper, because you had a really nice place, like with a stage and lights and, how did you feel that change?
I sort of cheated because I run my own improv school here in Oslo. So I've been lucky because last summer I was able to do 3 week-long summer schools. And also been teaching weekly drop-ins during COVID, not all of it, but parts of it. And that sort of kept me sane into all of this. But this feels very universal, that it is kind of, for many of us, it's kind of weird to step back into that workshop space, or to walk out on the stage, or just be an audience member. It's just like, how do we do this again? And it's a pleasure to just be the person who can open a door and say, welcome in, please have a seat. And we're going to take you safely through this evening. And we're going to do this by having as much fun as we can on stage.
Just was going to say, because it took you 2 months to do it, why didn't you take like 6 months, 6 months to do it?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think that the short answer is I'm an idiot, pretty much. because I've organized the improv festival before. I started the Oslo Improv Festival in 2017, and it's a lot of work. And then we were more people, and now it's just me. So I knew from the beginning that this is going to be an insane amount of work. I also know that this is going to be a huge risk because I had 4 teachers coming in, 2 from Germany and 2 from the US. So that's also a lot of expenses. I had to rent a venue because I don't have my own venue, and all these things are just like I guess no sane person would do this, I guess. And it's like on top of that, this is after like months and months and months of a very unpredictable workshop audience, if you can call it that. And also a very unpredictable audience because the show audience haven't really come back. So it was probably the dumbest decision I made in my life in that sense, because like there's no one taking workshops. Let's put up a bunch of workshops. There's no one coming to see our shows. Let's put on a bunch of shows, and just hoping that, you know what, maybe I will be able to time this correctly, and I will either hit the timing or I'll miss it. But I would never know if I didn't try, I guess.
Mm. Suppose someone would come to you, Terje, and say, I want to organize an improv festival, perhaps in 2 or 3 months, whatever.
Yes.
What are the pitfalls? What are the things you really have to take into account before you start that project?
I guess it helps to have done similar things before as a starting point. But like if you break it down, there's not much to it, really. Like you have to have a couple of guests. And you have to figure out a way to pay your guests and bring them over, because flights from Chicago and New York is expensive.
Yeah.
And then you have to have a place for your guests to sleep, which is also nice. And then you would have to have a place where your guests can teach their workshops, which is also nice. If you have that venue, cool. If you don't have that venue, I guess you have to find it somewhere. Mm-hmm. And this is it still amazes me that I hadn't found a venue for shows up until I think it was about a month before the festival. So I would maybe change the order of those two, like find a venue where you can have shows.
Yeah.
And then do everything else, because when I was finally able to go, yes, we will rent this space, that was a big load off my shoulders.
It was a stressy moment, I can imagine.
Very stressy moment. So, and also, I guess I was, I'm not going to say lucky, but I have, since I have my own improv school, I could just make a festival website on top of that.
Yeah.
So that was cool. So I sort of had that infrastructure or logistics or whatever you want to call it already there.
Okay.
Not that it's too super high tech, but it just saves time to have it already.
Of course.
Yeah. And then it's just marketing, and a little bit more marketing, and a little bit more marketing on top of that.
Yeah, I guess the key is to have a lot of people coming over to the festival, so the workshops are full and performances are full, and the atmosphere is there, and a group of people enjoying themselves. Yeah,
well, I guess you two are better judges of if I succeeded on that part, like the atmosphere and the whatnot, because people come into this with different expectations. They come from different countries, different cities. Some are there to just learn everything from the masters, and some are there to just connect with fellow improvisers. Mm-hmm. And some of them are there to, I don't know, to just hang out. Which is also cool. I mean, yeah.
I think from our experience, correct me if I'm wrong, Maggie, but I think all the elements were there. So there was something for everyone, depending on their own focus. And we had a lovely and a great time.
Nice. Very happy to hear that. Also very happy to have you guys there. And that was, I guess, one of the funny things about this festival, because it was short notice for sure. And the timing was perfect with the week of Easter holiday, because that is a time when a lot of people, at least in the Nordics, have a lot of holidays, so able to take time off. So the timing for that was perfect, but also the workshop sales were pretty good. They weren't great, but it was pretty good. And also the ticket sales were also pretty good, way better than expected. So that sort of helped the whole festival experience. Because like the day before, I'm trying to remember if you guys arrived on Monday. Not important. The festival started Tuesday, and on Monday I had sold, I think it was 12 or 18 tickets for a total of 7 shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was not fun at all. Just clicking like the refresh button on your browser to see, did anyone buy a ticket? And then the next day, tickets started to sell. And by the end of the festival, I guess like 2/3 of all tickets were sold, which was amazing. And also one of my favorite things was, it wasn't just improvisers in the audience. Yeah. It was people I've never seen before. I had no idea who they were, and that to me is I just love it.
Yeah, I tell you, it was fantastic to see you not just organizing the festival, but you were the MC. You were presenting all the acts. You were warming up the audience. You were going, hey, hey, hey. You were dancing and having everybody cheering. That takes a lot of energy as well. So not just the organizational point of view, but all the atmosphere. And also, I've got this question. You say it was so important that you had people that were not improvisers. How did you manage to attract a non-improvisers audience?
I don't know yet. No, I do know a little bit. I was able to reach through to a couple of newspapers in Oslo. I was interviewed on Norwegian radio. And I guess like those little things. I also put up a bunch of posters all over Oslo with the Short Notice Improv Festival. And it's a big job, but apparently I got results from that, which is nice. Cool. So, the short answer is press package. Press package. A one-page document giving sort of the newspapers everything they need to describe your festival for their readers.
Nice.
And it seems like if you can do their job for them, they will love that and print whatever you give them. Which is nice.
No, I've seen there will be a Short Notice Improv Festival in 2023.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not really short notice anymore because
It is not. It is not. That is true. But I do love the name so much, and I feel like that was the going back a little bit, because like another reason of putting together this festival, I was like, I just reconnect people, with play, all that thing. So hence the name Short Notice Improv Festival. And I liked it so much that I'm going to keep it as a reminder that this started from almost like a ground zero, where everything was just ruins and smoke and just not a good place, and then sort of built from there. As you said, Maggie, I was the one doing everything during the festival, which is not 100% true. I have to give a lot of credit to Tone, who was there too, helping out with a lot of stuff during the festival, and also a guy called Håkon, who was also the tech guy, who also really stepped up. And without these two, that week of festival would just been a mess.
Yeah.
But thanks to them, it was able to do it.
Daria, so many thanks sharing your thoughts about how to organize an improv festival in 2 months. Thank you so much for being with us. In the next episode 11, we will have a chat again.
Yeah. Also, can I add this? If you're thinking about putting together a festival, or if you're just curious to hear more about this, just reach out, because I love to talk about these things. And I'm sure Maggie and Johan will put the links or whatever in the YouTube thingy. But reach out. I would love to share my experiences in this, like, festival, community building, whatever, and maybe Maybe I could just drop my pen like I just did there. So yeah, reach out. Let's connect. Let's talk about these things, because if I can put it together a festival, everyone can. Even if it's just you being like the sole teacher of that festival, it's still a festival. So yeah. Or you could invite Joe Bill, TJ Mannix, Lena Proye, and Nick Maas, and now it's an international awesome festival. So yeah, I should shut up now because these people are trying to wrap this up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Terje, and come back to see us on chapter 11 of Chats About Improv.